Welcome back to Caught Looking. We're back from our Thanksgiving break and ready to dive in. Joining me today are Jenell, Molly, and Mary. And before we get rolling, a belated happy birthday. It's about the Mary and Michaela, who's not on with us tonight. But happy birthday, Mary.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yay.
I hope you have
Lots of Sagittarius love in this
Early.
early.
So much.
But how was your birthday?
I was okay. It was pretty mellow. It was nice. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Sometimes a mellow birthday is nice.
Yeah. The big 3-6, baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
30s are great.
Yeah.
Gonna have fun. Late 30s are fun. Been there, done that. It was a good time. But anyways, everyone had a good Thanksgiving, I hope, also.
Yeah.
So we took a nice little well-deserved break, but we're back. So we're excited to talk about a couple of things that happened while we were gone. Zach Kent was waived and then immediately claimed by the St. Louis Cardinals. Henches was non-tendered a couple weeks back, and he signed with San Francisco. And then we signed a right-hander from, oh, where was he from? That's the one thing that I didn't write down. The Angels?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connor Brogdon from the Angels, a right-handed relief pitcher, I believe. So I was doing a little bit of looking because I had never heard of Connor Brogdon before, and I brought up a Reddit baseball thread. And the top comment on there right now is, "Congratulations, he'll inexplicitly be the setup guy for Cade Smith with a 2.5 ERA."
All right.
If that's how it turns out, I am game.
Fine.
If he fills that setup man's role and fits in with Gaddis and hopefully Heron, they get back up to their stuff, then works for me.
We can fix them.
We can always fix them.
Yes. Trust in Carl. He will always, always fix these guys. People seem to be excited. I will say that there's a couple comments from, apparently he was on the Phillies, it looks like. Someone said, "I always liked Brogdon, hope he rebounds." They said he was absolutely filthy in the 2022 playoffs.
Ooh.
So fingers crossed we can get that guy. And also the Angels, an Angel fan said, kind of sad we can't re-sign him. He's not amazing, but he's pretty solid to get to the top of the middle of the order. So
He is 6'6".
oh,
If
of course.
you guys didn't see that.
That
So those arms are,
giant.
he has wings, basically.
I saw someone put the baseball reference. Which is the one with the circles? Like the red and blue circles?
Savant.
Savant.
I think that's Savant, yeah.
Yeah, and his extension is like 99 or something like that.
Yeah, so my comp for him is Tristan McKenzie, and actually his height being what it is reinforces that for me because he has good extension, but struggles with like walks and whatnot. So it's giving Tristan McKenzie kind of.
Well, hopefully he is Tristan McKenzie of early career and not Tristan McKenzie of 2025.
Yeah, what was
Bless
that?
you,
2022, Tristan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love you. I hope to see him again one day, but yeah.
Nothing but
we'll
the
see.
best for him.
Yes. Oh, of course. Definitely.
Whenever we have like a random pitcher signing, I'm like, that someone I don't know or someone who's like a little questionable, you just got to believe in Carl Willis, I think. And I think this is probably one of those examples. At least I hope. I mean, I just have to go in with some optimism.
I feel like 9 times out of 10 when we sign a random pitcher or bring in a random guy and put him in the minors or something, they see something in him. I feel like the pitching is always something that they get right and are able to. And if they do, again, find that guy and they're able to fix him and bring him in and figure out his stuff. Did we have a guy like that this year? I see there was
Slade.
Slade. What the hell? Of course.
It's been on the tip of my tongue this whole time. Just
Exactly.
Slade.
No, and that's it exactly. Like everyone was like, Slade, he's not that. But yeah, Carl worked his magic on him and look at him now. He's a key piece in our starting rotation. And he's a dog.
The organization also seems to have less fear about like sending a pitcher to like the DFA or something like
Yeah.
that than they do with any of the position players. I don't know if that's just like anecdotal, but at least that's like the vibe I've gotten over the last several years that if someone's really not working out, we just are like, okay, pitching, we're done.
Yeah, or if they have options available, they send him down. They, tell him to get to work on X, Y, and Z. I mean, they did that with Heron this year. They sent him down and he came back, I feel like a new man. Like he was Tim Heron of last year and was able to, find himself. So hopefully this summer, he was posting on his Instagram story, showing himself doing some work. So, or not summer, this is winter,
I wish
You're
it were
wishing.
summer.
Yeah.
right? I'm so cold right now.
Me too.
It is
Blanket underneath
freezing. Literally,
cardigan and
I'm dying. But speaking of cold, winter meetings.
Transition. Perfect segue.
Perfect transition. I'm good at these. Anyways, winter meetings are starting. They technically started today, but all the big business stuff is going to be happening Monday and Tuesday. With this flurry of moves that we've had over the past couple weeks and couple days, the Guardians currently have 2 open roster spots. And the consensus that I'm seeing from the scanning that I've done over, a couple various articles and journalists and people on Twitter who think they know what they're talking about, the biggest want for the Guardians or the need for the Guardians is most likely, I think we can all agree, some kind of offensive power and a steady, solid center fielder or right fielder.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like those have been our holes for especially this past year. Right field, I feel like, has been a black hole for several years. I can't remember who it was, but like over the past 5 years, I think like Will Brennan has had the most starts in right field, and it's been a good dozen guys or something like that have played the position over the past several years. It's rough.
Yeah, it's just a rotating door of mediocrity, basically. I mean, no offense to any of them, obviously, but it's really hard to watch time and time again.
There's so many of those guys that I wanted to work out too. I mean, I love Will. I think he's great. I hope, someone picks him up and he's able to find a good spot for himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm disappointed that it's not us. I still love John Kenzie, and I really hope he finds himself too. I would love for him to stay. He's my older son's favorite player, so it would be heartbreaking for me to have to break it to him that John Kenzie's not coming back.
Aw.
I mean, you didn't love Cole Calhoun in the right field the lone tuck.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking about him.
Me too.
Calhooligans.
Or Oscar Gonzalez.
Oh,
Oh,
What a guy.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Mm.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a constant, there have been so many guys that I swore to God were going to be the guy. And just, I mean, aside from Cole, like, God bless you, Cole, but you would not. I didn't see him and think, oh, there's our right fielder.
All I remember is there's some weird, wacky play, and I'm gonna have to find it now because I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, he played in the right field once, right?
Yeah, he made a diving catch.
Yes,
Like a like I'm pretty sure it was in like a very high leverage situation too. Like
And so began the legend of Cole Calhoun.
My favorite last right fielder has to date back a while, though. It's Tyler Naquin.
Oh, Tyler.
Has
Mhm.
cycled back to us in a different way, but obviously we don't know what will come from that. But
Is he still
You know.
technically with us? Like, is he
that's a
still
great
technically
question,
in our minors?
actually.
Oh, no, he elected free agency on November
Oh.
6th.
Boo.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Either. They failed to mention that too.
We'll have to keep an eye on him and see what happens if he's gonna try that pitching thing again. That was interesting to keep an eye on.
yeah, I saw him in Lake County. I don't even remember how he did.
I think that says everything.
Yeah, that's probably tells you what you need to know.
He tried, and we're proud of him for that. But aside from free agency and trying to find guys through there or from the minor leagues, as we have been more interested in, I feel like, obviously trades are going to be flying around, trade talk, and the Guardians are always, quote unquote, open to trading anybody except Jose Ramirez. Now, the reality of that is different, but they have historically always taken the calls on any other player that a team has called about. Obviously, Kwan's name is flying around all over the place. And the one thing, I don't know if it's something that someone mentioned in our Discord or on Twitter or on an article, but one thing I did see is that Quan is indisputably, I think, the number 2 on our team after Jose. And does that mean, so obviously the Guardians are looking at this and saying, if we give you Quan, we need someone who is equal to that, who will be a number 2 on our team. Do other teams see Quan and see him as like their top 3 player? Like, I won't say top 2, top 1, but do they see Quan as their everyday starting leadoff hitter, starting left fielder? Is that what they're trading for when they call about Quan?
Maybe
I
like
think that's
field
really
guy.
interesting. I mean, he's so popular here for very good reason, but we also don't have that many players to talk about. But I think, although I think numbers in general probably speak for themselves, I don't think he would get the same attention that he would if he were in a larger organization. But that doesn't mean that he's not viewed as highly as he should be. So that's a really interesting thing to think about. I don't know how many organizations he would be the number 2 guy or number 3.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who you ask, which team.
Pirates, maybe.
But then also it's like, do the Guardians see anybody on those teams that would have Quan as their 2 and want somebody and feel like they're getting their equal back, or like can cobble together a package that they consider their equal?
Yeah, I think my fear is that we will never get an equal to Quan, and it's going to be a package of like 6 minor leaguers, maybe 1 mid-range guy who's ready to start in 2026. But I just can't imagine getting essentially a 1-for-1 trade. It's just not like us.
They usually only ever go for prospects, it feels like anyway. So
Mm.
that's the thing I always worry about with any trade is that we're only ever getting prospects. It feels like, at least. Obviously, that's not always the case. Like when we got Lane in a trade 2 years ago, and he's,
That sounds right, yeah.
yeah. So, and we did trade there's like a whole pack. I don't remember the specifics of that trade. I just remember there was like a whole bunch of different people that were traded in it, but it's,
Yeah, we
but
sent
that
3
wasn't,
prospects to the Nationals.
usually that's the other way around. We're the ones trading the prospects or you know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to-
Yeah, they got, the Nats got Alex Clemmie, Rafael Ramirez Jr., and Jose Tena, which I think is Tena actually up in, yeah, he's in the majors now.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing people being like, we could have had him.
Yeah.
Like when that happened. That was before like Lane kind of blew up with us because it struggled for a bit when he first came over. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
And now he has a boo-boo foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense to trade an outfielder when we're in need of an outfielder.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Especially
Yeah,
because
maybe
Quan
even
tended to
in
play center, even if he hasn't, and I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I would imagine if he wanted to play center, he probably would have by now, but it's maybe just about
That's kind of like
preserving the
Jimenez
health.
again. Like, it's like a weird thing that they're doing by putting him in left instead of placing him in up. I don't know, maybe when he came up, because Miles was our center fielder when he came up, and he was like our Gold Glove center fielder. So there wasn't room for him. But it is maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they haven't shifted him at all to center field.
Because he just got comfortable and because he won Gold Gloves the last all 4 years he's been in the majors.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
That's
just hamstring related. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think there's more, in general, more running involved for center field, and it's a little bit of an injury concern. I would also argue we need more than 1 outfielder because even if, everything's amazing with Chase DeLauder like we all want, I could not imagine a world where they're going to play him most games. I feel like it's going to be a situation where we're all just begging for him to play more, but I don't think they trust his physical health essentially for him to be playing every single day. So I think they're going to end up like platooning him or something. So yeah, we need some help out there. So don't get rid of our one constant in the
Yeah.
outfield.
Also, if you get rid of our number 2, like, who's taking that spot? You know what I mean? Like, we have everybody's popular in their own ways, but you have Ramirez is, like, undeniably the most popular current player. Obviously, Quan is number 2. I would argue that before the whole Clase stuff that he was probably one of, like, the top 3 or something like that. At least he was
Yeah,
to me.
absolutely.
But, like, yes, we have all these people that are, like, great and everything, but, like, who would take that mantle? And even if you traded for somebody else from another team, would they be there? I don't know if that makes any sense, but
No, yeah, I mean, like, having the face of a team and having, like, multiple guys be able to kind of, like, step up and be that face and represent the team. You know, I mean, like, at the All-Star game too, like, Kwan's been to the All-Star game 2 or 3 times now, at least last year.
I think
I
2.
think twice.
Yeah. So having him and being able to, like, nationally point to him and be like, you know, obviously, like, "Oh, Cleveland Guardians," and immediately rattle off Jose Ramirez, Steven Kwan. Like, those are the 2 guys. And like you said, it should be obviously Emmanuel Clase too, but, we're gonna
Not to bring that up, but it's true. We
Yeah.
talk more about that later.
Well, yeah. Yeah, not to we will get into that more, but they also just took down the Clase banner
Oh, yeah.
out of Progressive Field, and so now there's an empty spot, and if they get rid of Quan, there's gonna be 2 empty spots. So going back to that, who are filling those spots? Who are our big names? It's
I'm sure
it's
some will, but
it's
it would be
Yeah.
hard. Take some time. You can't. It's not just
Yes.
overnight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm curious because one of the other things that I saw a couple people talking about is trying to find maybe another middle infielder. Several people seem to think that Rocchio starting the season at second or short is pretty good, but not too many people agree that Arias should be still hanging out or maybe just bumping him down to a bench player. So, you know, let's say, you know, we find an outfield bat, which I think there's a chance that we could find a good outfield bat. I'm not sure if we'll be able to find a good middle infielder to pair with Rocchio. Do we think we see Bazana starting opening day at second base with Rocchio? I know I've said in the past that I think we see Bazana before All-Star break, but not opening day. But I'm curious if this changes anything.
That's a good question. I don't know.
We have Rito too.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if like on the hierarchy who they want to see first.
Yeah.
'Cause maybe they want to get a look at Brito before, especially with
I
Bazana's injury.
Brito they could start him opening day if that's the way they want to go. Maybe as a way to kind of like show him off and use him as a trade piece, maybe to be like, hey, he's here, he's major league ready, he's hopefully all of these things.
Mhm.
And once Bazana is proven to be healthy and ready, bringing him up and moving Brito elsewhere. Possibility.
I think given our organization's history too, I personally don't see him starting on opening day. I think they are gonna let him simmer in AAA for a little while, personally. I'll be shocked actually if he makes the opening day lineup. I mean, super excited, honestly, but
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening.
I mean, I was shocked that they brought DeLauder up for the playoffs. I think we all were.
Yes.
I'm not sure if I don't think a single person thought that that was something that was even in the realm of possibility this fall. So who knows? Maybe they're turning over a new leaf.
I prefer the new leaf to be that we sign some big names.
I prefer the new leaf that we extend Stephen Kwan.
Send Steven Kwan and then sign Kettle Marte. That's my dream.
That would be lovely. Yeah, he's one of the names I've seen floating around about potential. I mean, who knows what kind of package they're going to have to put together. Is he a free agent or is he a trade piece?
That I don't know. Don't trade
I'm
Kwan,
pretty sure.
please.
I'm pretty sure free agent, but I'm not sure. I'm not an authority on this.
I'm looking
I
now.
feel like I remember seeing him as a trade piece because it was in question whether or not they were actually going to trade him.
Nope. He is under contract with the Diamondbacks through 2031.
Wow.
So trading him and
Never mind.
picking him up, actually, I mean, he would then be a solid piece for several years. Like you're signing a guy Well, you're trading for a guy, but he is also 32 years old.
We need some veterans in there. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's true. We do. That'll bump the average age up slightly. I'm like going through his contract right now. When did he sign it? He signed it this year. That's interesting. That's interesting that he signed it this year and his name is being thrown around as a trade piece. Interesting. Okay. So I'm like mulling it over in my mind now. I'm like, I don't understand why this man is being talked about as a trade candidate when he just signed a 6-year massive extension with the Diamondbacks.
Maybe it's just to distract people or throw people off. Maybe it's just like a plan.
So yeah, that would be interesting too because he's a second baseman.
So that's probably not going to happen.
So why would we trade for a guy who has a 6-year contract when we have the number 1 pick that we're playing at second base?
That is very strange. Why would that get floated around? I know that I'm the one who brought it up, but like
It's something I've been seeing everywhere. Everybody's been being like, "Ooh, Kittle," which, like, yes, obviously exciting. He's a big name. He's a guy who could make an impact. But why do people think he's a good fit for our team currently?
Were they shopping him at the All-Star break last year? Was it more of a carryover from last year?
I'm not 100% certain. I mean, his name, like I just Googled his name and I see a lot of reports of, Ketel Marte to Red Sox, Mariners and Pirates linked to him. Draws interest from 6 different teams as winter meetings start.
Do people outside of like Guardians fandom and organization or whatever, do they like not trust in Bazana like we do? Like, or like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, how interesting. But a couple of the other ones I've seen, I'm looking at Covering the Corner right now. I believe Quincy wrote this particular article. Yeah. Shout out Quincy. But Brandon Donovan is another one that's being floated around by a lot of different people and seems to be a little bit more, I think, of a realistic target. He's on the Cards currently. 28 years old, also a second baseman. Guys, why are we going after second baseman? Maybe more of a utility player. I do see his wiki saying that he's a utility player. So
maybe they're not paying attention to the minors. They're only paying attention to what we have currently in the majors. And they're like, well, no offense to Arias, but Arias, we've been questioning him for a while. So they're like, maybe they need to fill that hole or something. I don't know.
It could be, we need someone for like a half season until we see Travis.
That's true. The trade
Yeah,
one
that
and
is
then
the
trade
piece
away.
that- yes, exactly. I mean, that's like I could see our organization
rental.
doing something like that. I mean, not with
Yes.
anyone specific, but that's sort of like our MO, I think.
Yeah.
yeah,
Agreed.
renting a name to at least get a solid piece at second base and then giving Bazana more time in the minors to make sure that he is completely solid and ready to go. And then using that big name to fill holes elsewhere as a trade piece later on in the season or in the off season. Who knows? Maybe. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Monday and Tuesday are going to be when a lot of the dealings actually go on and happen. So we'll have to keep an eye on Twitter and all the other places that they'll be posting all of this information on, see if anything slips through. I mean, the Guardians front office is notoriously quiet. I'm not sure. I mean, when the Jimenez and Naylor trades went through last year, those shocked me to my core. I think Josh was a little bit I think that one was a little floaty. Jimenez though, zero. There was zero.
Yeah, I don't think anybody saw that coming.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
That was a shock to everybody. So I think it was Allie who was saying that the more she hears Juan's name out there as a trade target, the more she believes he will be staying with us.
I think there might be something to that, though. It's like you're just kind of floating him, seeing like what people are willing to part with, and be like, well, instead of Quan, how about behind curtain number 2?
This lovely
10
charcuterie board of prospects that I have put together just for your sampling.
Maybe what they're doing is Ketel Marte is the same kind of thing. It was just a chess piece
Yeah.
to,
See who is in fact available. And then saying, well, if you're willing to part with this one, like I know you said it's going to take these 6 prospects to get, but how about this one guy for cash considerations? Or
My favorite player.
I was the Guardians' favorite player, cash considerations.
If we have so much cash, can we spend it, please?
No,
Yep.
just on blue seats. They're beautiful though. And also Superman ripped up our field, so we had to go and replace that too. I will let Superman rip up Progressive Field any day of the week, though.
You can rip up anything you want. Sorry.
Grumpy, sorry.
You said what I was thinking, girl.
David Cornsweat is a beautiful, beautiful man.
Yes.
A slight sidetrack. I saw a little reel on Instagram of him and Jonathan Bailey together. And they were talking musical theater. And I'm like, I need them in all of the things. Put them in a musical now. I don't care what it is.
Agreed. Can we have a special episode of Caught Lookin' when that happens? So yeah, just musical theater edition.
Absolutely.
Caught listening to music.
Yes.
You guys can't see it, but Mary also did like a little finger point too. It was really fun. So yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it for winter meetings, it's all, we need half a team, it feels like. Even though like I love our guys and I'm super excited and I love watching baseball and I love watching them. And I've mentioned this before. It's like every single year you go into it and throughout the season, you kind of like you fall in love with all of these guys and they become like a part of you internally. And the idea of any of them leaving, being traded, going into free agency. Like I cried when Bieber was traded. Like, what? No, Shane is an integral part of this team. What do you mean you're trading him? But then like the next year comes and you go through the same thing with this new set of guys all over again. And by the end of the year, you're like, Shane who? I mean, I don't think I'll ever be like Shane. But yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like baseball is ever changing. It's very rare to see players, especially like a core group of players, play for multiple years over and over again with the same team. And so to see like, especially like a lot of these guys currently, a lot of them came up through the minors together. There's a whole group of them, Quan and Fry, and I mean, Will was a part of that group too. Schneeman and Heron and Gaddis, like all of these guys have been through a good chunk of the minor leagues together. And then obviously Rocchio and Arias and Brito and DeLauder and Manzardo. Well, no, Manzardo was a trade from Savali from a couple years back. But they spend so much time together that they become their own like little family, and that little family becomes our little family. And so yeah, it's hard to see them all, them get broken apart like this in free agency and trades and DFAs and waivers and all that stuff.
There is a part of me that is like, well, the Guardians can't hurt me after they got rid of Jimenez. Like that was my lowest. Like that was rock bottom. So, I mean, I would be devastated about Quan, don't get me wrong, but like, Andres was my guy. So they can't hurt me anymore. It's already been done. Damage has been done.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have had those moments over the past couple of years. There's a chunk of people who felt that way about Naylor. There's a chunk of people who obviously felt like that about Jimenez. So, yeah, it happens. That's what baseball is. That's what sports are. These guys. It's like I said. It's rare that you get a Jose Ramirez who wants to live and die with the same team for his entire career.
And Hedges.
Who we lost and got back. Yes. And now he absolutely, I think it was his re-signing, when he signed his new contract, he did an interview and he basically said like, I'm not leaving. I'm never leaving again. That's what I was thinking of. Exactly. He's like, he's staying here. He's here for, he's spending the majority of his time in Cleveland in the off season. He found himself a nice little Cleveland girl. He's here for the long haul. No, it's not us. Sorry, it's not us.
Can she come on the pod?
Oh, that'd be so cool. It was so nice.
Get her on the pod. If there is any wag out there, any partner, any wife who would love to come and dish about baseball life, not even dish, just talk about it in general. You don't need to say anything specific recorded. We can dish off air later on. But honest to God, hit us up on socials. We would love to have a wife or a partner or girlfriend come on and chat with us, or a mom. Yes.
Moms would be fun.
Mrs. Schnee, I know you're out there somewhere.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
We love the Shanice.
Yes. Or I know Mrs. Sabrowski's mama is on Twitter a little bit. So, and Heron's mom too. Any of you, any lady who's connected to one of the Guardians, hit us up. We would love to have you on.
Consider this us shooting our shot.
Absolutely. DM us. Our DMs are open. Actually, I need to do that. I need to put in it's not encrypted right now because Twitter changed up their chat function.
Of course they did.
I need to fix that. They cannot, in fact, DM us right now.
We also have a public Discord.
We do. Yes. Hit us up on the Discord. That's even better. Speaking of, join our Discord. The links are in the in bio. We will be sure talking about any signings or waivers or trades or promotions or just crying about the Guards in general in there. So join us.
He loves sobbing.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's my favorite
that's-
pastime. Yeah.
Exactly. They say there's no crying in baseball, but I disagree.
There's so much crying in baseball.
Oh my God, that's all I
Moving on to real quick, the Baseball America released the top 10 prospects for, I believe it's each team, but specifically the Guardians for 2026. A lot of names on this list that we've seen and we recognize. Number 1 is obviously Bazana. Number 2 is Chase DeLauder. 3 is Ralphie Velasquez. 4 is Angel Giano. I'm going. Thank you. On hell now. I remembered that one. On hell. I am so sorry. I didn't hear any of you. Thank you, Jenell, for being here for me.
Can we get a little edit there?
Why I love on El Hanal so much, you have no idea. I think he is the shortstop of the future.
Oh, love this. We'll have to keep an eye on him.
Where is he?
Is he in Brian Markio was out. Oh, where is he right now? Is he in Lake County, Akron?
Good question. I think he started this past season in AA, but he was hurt for a while. So I don't actually know. I think he's still in AA.
It looks like, yeah, he's in Akron.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to keep an eye on him then. Messick is number 5, which that seems silly. He's a big leaguer now.
Mhm.
Like, just get him off. He's not a prospect anymore. Braylon Dougherty? Doughty? Doughty? Like, I want to say Doherty, like Brad Doherty, and I know that.
Or like Shannon Doherty.
Braylon, though. Jace La Violette, which we just picked. No, he's one of the guys that we drafted this year, wasn't he?
That sounds right. Also,
Yeah.
that name is straight out of a romantasy book. You cannot tell me otherwise.
Now, is he Fae or is he human?
Ooh, I don't know. Good question.
Beautiful.
That might be
I was thinking like maybe a demon human situation.
I like it.
All right. I think I found my new alignment chart. I do these during the off season sometimes. I think I might have to like categorize each one as human, fae, or demon. Each player.
You're throwing vampires, werewolves. There's a whole list you can choose from. Let me know if you need help with that one.
We'll make it a group project. Yeah, he's ranked number 7. And so yeah, he was just one of our guys that just got drafted and he's already pretty high up on the list. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. Cal Stephan or Steven, not sure how that's pronounced. But he was a guy that we traded for Bieber. A lot of people seem very excited about him, so keep an eye on him next year. Where is he currently? I'm just double checking. He looks like he's in Akron, and he looks like a 35-year-old stepfather of 3. Good Lord. Sorry, his mugshot is just that he's got like a blonde mustache, and he does not look like he was born in 2002. He looks like he was born in 1982. Jason Churio, Jackson's younger brother, is number 9, and then Cooper Engel is listed as number 10. So just some other guys aside from the ones who have debuted this year that we should keep an eye on next year and see how they progress, where they go, and how many of them will debut next year, because I feel like every year we have a good half a dozen or so guys that debut. So we will see. So moving on from that, we received some more news on the Clase and Ortiz situation that is going on. They had a pre-trial, I believe, last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on Tuesday, they said jury selection would tentatively begin early May, with the trial opening the following week or sooner. So early to mid-May, it looks like that the trial is going to be. Molly, you mentioned you saw that they originally were proposing a February trial date, but they pushed it back to spring because there was just too much information to go over, evidence that they needed to go over.
Yeah, I mean, they handed over prosecutors handed over a terabyte of discovery for Clase, which I believe, Meg, you were the one who said that a lot of that's going to be video, which will take up a lot of space, but still a terabyte to me, who has no knowledge about law. So just that's a disclaimer. That seems like a ton of evidence. So yeah, they got it. They have a case against them. 100%. We all know that. Obviously, this is very serious. If we didn't already know that, so.
Yeah, I've got an NBC News article pulled up here saying that prosecutors began providing defense lawyers evidence and other materials this week in anticipation of a trial, including hundreds of gigabytes of files pulled from a number of electronic devices. So originally, we were kind of discussing this stuff before we started recording today. And my initial gut reaction to that terabyte was, oh, it's the video evidence of the supposed pitches. But reading this now, it sounds like that the hundreds of gigabytes of files are coming from like Clase's and Ortiz's phones.
That's what I'm reading in another article. Is this the same thing?
So I might be wrong. This might be it's like a terabyte of texts and conversations between Clase and the betters and the guys who were putting this all together, which that is absolutely crazy if it's not actually videos.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense if it dates back to 2023. Where is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was 2023.
It says, this article that I'm reading, it says prosecutors maintain that text messages, cash transfers, and evidence from 9 seized devices paint the
Good
picture
lord.
or whatever. So I think that might also contribute it, is that it's 9 different devices
Wow.
that they're getting from. Yeah. And it looks like they're going to have another status conference that's going to be on January 15th. So we'll hear some more, I guess, before
Yeah.
the official trial.
I can't imagine getting selected for that jury.
I would show up in guards gear and be like, I am not impartial in this, just FYI.
No, I would be impartial, and I'd be like, throw the book at them.
This is my impartial opinion.
Throw the book at them and then you throw on your Class A jersey and walk out.
No, that I burned the closet. Yeah, actually, that is hilarious that you said that. I was cleaning out my closet last week, and I have some, guards giveaway things, which like I just keep because they're cute. It's a fun thing to have. And I found my Class A free jersey that just went into the trash. I couldn't even bring myself to donate it because I'm like, no one should be wearing this.
I missed out on that one because I went to that game and I just they had just gotten they've sold out of, not sold out, but they were out of them. And I'm like, I'm kind of glad now I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I was late to the game. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's so I did also see something someone shared, I think on our Discord, that the Guardians will not be on the hook for Clase's salary. Now I don't know if that was if proven guilty or just at all next year, as since he is obviously on leave and cannot participate with the team whatsoever. So that'll be interesting to see. as we move forward. Hopefully we get clarity on that 100%, because obviously that would open up a lot of money for the front office to play with and hopefully sign somebody of significance. Because yeah, he was on his 4th season of a $20 million 5-year contract. So I didn't realize he
Yep.
was already 4 years into his 5-year contract.
Mag, I know what you were talking about Cleveland not being responsible. I
Yeah.
found the article or the clip of the article, and basically, if penalties are imposed by MLB, Cleveland is not responsible for that. So I think it's kind of just pending whatever happens. So I do wonder, like, how much being like we're unsure about what his contract responsibilities are, like if that is going to also impact our winter meetings, which we talked about before. Like, is the money essentially tied up right now, or is it free essentially?
Yeah. Hopefully the front office, again, they've always been I mean, this entire situation has been kept very quiet. I feel like we have only heard details when MLB has allowed the Guardians to share those details. So hopefully the Guardians are clear on what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do, and what that money for next year, next season, that should go to Clase, where that can go. Ortiz is, making pennies on comparison. It's like 782 or something like that. So that's not going to help us in the, sign a massive bat or anything like that. But yeah, Class A's money would help us a little bit. So hopefully as we move into this week with the meetings, we'll have a better, or at least Antonetti will have a better idea of what is available to him. But I think in our little break, I think that's about everything that has happened and everything to look forward to. So, yeah, like I said, the winter meetings are going to be happening this week. So keep your eyes open for that. And hopefully we will have we'll have some kind of fun information to talk about next week. Hopefully they've made some kind of deal. Oh, and also, there was Hall of Fame announcements. Hall of Fame voting was tonight, and Mary reminded us, she looked it up. Jeff Kent, who's apparently with us for, you said, half a season in 96?
It says that it was right before the trade deadline in 96 that a trade was made with him. Yeah, for him.
Cleveland Guardian Jeff Kent is heading to the Hall of Fame.
Legend.
Congratulations, Jeff Kent.
He gave up Carlos Baerga and Espinoza for him.
Well, I'm glad Carlos came back around. Carlos,
99. Yeah.
he was, and then he just never left.
That's fine.
Him and Sandy just were like, no, we like it here. We're just gonna hang around.
I really
I
hope he
appreciate
forgets.
it. Honestly, truly. Carlos was my favorite growing up. He was my first.
Yeah.
He was my first guy. I was a second baseman when I played softball, so he was my fave.
So some millennial icons.
Millennial icon Jeff Kent.
But I think that is going to do it tonight today. You'll be listening to this Monday morning, hopefully. But that's going to do it for episode 14 of Caught Lookin'. Thank you, ladies, for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you all for listening. Some quick programming notes before we wrap. We will be back next week with a regular episode, but after that, we're going to be taking a 2-week holiday break for all of us to enjoy the Christmas and New Year holidays with our families. I am also going to be traveling. I will be heading back to Cleveland and seeing many of your lovely faces while I am up there. So we'll miss you for those 2 weeks, but we'll be right back in your feeds after the new year, refreshed and ready for some more Cleveland sports talk. And hopefully all sorts of fun news will happen during that time. And we'll be able to assess how we signed Brandon Donovan, or traded for Kettle Marte, or signed Stephen Kwan to an extension. So put all of that good vibes into the universe, that only positives will happen during the month of December. As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting us. And whether you are here for the hot takes, the heartbreaks, or the home runs, don't get caught looking. Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.